Yep, let's get into it. Got a Harman p68 pellet stove. Heats my house. Coming at you tonight because about this time last year I had a problem with it, and it was leaking out the front door, getting too much air in there, and causing it to shut the grill or the stove down because the mixture wasn't right and it was blowing out. Well, I didn't know at the time, so I'm gonna tell you because you may not know either. Get the parts to fix it up to Home Depot. I think my wife got this off Amazon. It's a rope and the goop to put it in. So we'll go over that real quick. Goes right around the door right here. You can't really see that. Right around the door right here. You take it out with a knife or putty knife or whatever. Scrape that rope out of there. Clean it all out. It's like RTV. So you just scrape it right off. You got to do a good job. Make sure it's clean. Cut the rope to length. Get a rough idea where it's going to be. Whether if you start gluing it up top, work your way to the bottom. You get down to the bottom and cut off. Give it just a touch extra so it's forced in there. And I put a little extra goop in and put the seal at the bottom instead of on the back or the top where it was, so it's got extra time. So when it starts to go again, it won't seep smoke out the top. I had to bypass it through the wiring so the air wouldn't shut it down. And that's what I did last year because I never had this problem. I've always run better pellets, and the stove has never gotten this dirty before in an entire season. And now I'm cleaning it every couple of weeks, something like that. So pellets are just getting garbage. We get the new pellets where they get the holes in the sides of the bag for air and stuff, and they're just garbage. So anyway, don't mind the mess it is. It needs to be cleaned. Moving on, the way to test it, the old dollar bill trick. Take a dollar bill here real quick, toss her in, give her a tug. She's nice and taut. You can see it's, snapping tight, not just falling out. You do that all the way around the whole door. And if your seal's not completely toast, or if you're in a pinch, what you try doing is right back here where my finger is, there's a bolt that this mounts on. What you do is you loosen that bolt and pull this forward a little bit. Tighten it back down, try closing the door. Not a horrendous amount, you don't want to overdo it and then really crush that gasket. But you just check and make sure she clicks. If you don't, just touch her forward a little bit more, do the same thing until she clicks. And like I say, if you're in a pinch or whatever, it works. Or if it just get you by so you can order it and have it shipped in or whatever, just don't do it long time, because I did the bypass on mine and forgot I had done it, put the new rope on, and then I filled it. Puppy got underneath my feet, and I forgot to close the door because I accidentally stepped on him while I was trying to fill it up and had 40-pound bag in the hands. I was more worried about him than the stove. I forgot to close the top, blocked our temperature unit up here. So it had this thing wide open because it just getting enough air that it was just turning right up with the heat and everything else. And I mean, the thing was red hot. So be careful what you're doing. Anybody wants to know the bypass because you're in a pinch, and you can probably Google it. I'm not going to tell you unless you really want to know. Like I say, just you got that seeping smoke smell, everything else, just check your gaskets here. You order them right online. You go down to Home Depot. Sure, anywhere else you got them. Usually they're in a hard plastic container. You can see the rope and that goop RTV looking stuff and a tube right next to it. They offer, I think, 3 or 4 different size ropes, so you got to pay attention to that. Like I say, if you're in a pincher, it's just barely starting to whisper a little smoke through there and mess your stove up. Just adjust her over here, give her a little tug forward, and snap her down. If you didn't know before, now you know. Tech tip of the day. Have a great night.